Plants undergo reproduction by asexual and sexual method. Today, in this video, let's discuss the sexual mode of reproduction. What do you think? Do plants possess any special feature for this? Yes, you are correct, they do. Plant possess flowers. Flowers are the reproductive structure of the plant. In a flower, the male sex organ is called the stamen and the female sex organ is called the pistil. And the fusion of the two give rise to an embryo. Not getting much into this mechanism of reproduction, let's have a look at the typical structure of a flower. It appears somewhat like this. A flower has mainly two components, essential parts and non-essential parts. Essential parts are the parts that are directly involved in reproduction. Can you guess which part are they? Yes, the stamen and the pistil. Petal and sepal come under the non-essential part of a flower. These floral parts do not take part in the process of reproduction directly and hence the name. Now come, let's discuss the essential part in detail. To begin with, we have stamen, the male reproductive organ. If we zoom in the structure, the stamen has two distinct parts, the anther and the filament. The part called anther bears minute round bodies called the pollen grains. Now let's focus on the female part of a flower called pistil. The pistil has three distinct subparts. They are stigma, style and the ovary, and each has specific functions. The part called stigma is the landing part for the pollen grains, and this process in plant is called pollination. Next comes the style. Style is a slender stalk that holds the stigma in position and connects the stigma to the ovary, and through which the pollen tube passes and fuses with the egg cell in the embryo sac. Ovary. It is a swollen basal part of the pistil which contains the ovule. So, what are ovules and what are the functions? Ovules are the female gamete that gets fertilized and becomes the embryo.